We should be live. We're waiting for it to come up, so give us just 1 second. Okay, my computer's running really slow for some reason, but oh, awesome. It showed up an instant message. That's good to know. That's an automated thing. Good to know that's working. You guys can hear us okay? All right, we just thought we'd jump in here for, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes. We'll see how, it shouldn't take too long, but wanted to talk a little bit about Canva and how to use it. I know we posted a video that Hallie had created, and I think we've learned a little bit more how she's really good at eyeing things. Let's put it this way. So she'll put it in and tinker with it and gets great results. I'm not necessarily that way. Sometimes I need a little bit more instruction, or a little bit more, what's the right word? I just need to have more guidelines, I guess, instead of trusting my own eye. So seriously, she's had incredible luck with what she's done. Maybe luck isn't the right word. She just has a really good eye for it. But we wanted to dig a little bit deeper and show you guys how to use Canva. It's a great tool. And what's really nice about it is you can use it for interior and your exterior and your cover, interior pages and your cover. Now, the only thing about your interior pages with Canva, I do not know how to set up margins with it, but if you want to bleed to the edge of the page, you could do that. Hallie uses it. You did it for your biology workbook, and you just eyed it?
Yeah.
Same. And so I know when in the blank template that they give you, it's for Word, and that isn't an image to bring into Canva for interior pages. And if you look at the you guys might have noticed each page is offset a little bit. So one side it's a little bit offset to the right, the next page is offset to the left, and that allows for the binding and for when it's cut so that it looks like it's all in the middle of the page. You have to eye that yourself with Canva, or get around it by just bleeding all the way to the edge of the page. So it's a little bit more graphical. If you're just going to do lines and things like that you can do inside of a word processor, use Word. But we aren't going to get into interior pages with it. We're just going to talk about how to use it for a cover. I know some of you have had some issue with the spine, and this could be a way to get around it. Canva there is a free version. We're going to be using that version to show you guys. I have a paid version. It just gives you, as far as I know, just more images. Are there more features?
It gives you more like graphics and images.
Okay. But there's no feature. The features are the same.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna do that. Okay, Carolyn, you're like Hallie. You can eyeball and be successful with that. That's awesome. You can try it. There's nothing lost except for time, I suppose. But let's dig in. I'm gonna share my screen. Let's see here. Wrong one. Everybody keeps telling me I need 2 monitors. I can have all the things up and find them quickly. Here's what we want. Okay. Can you guys see my screen okay? Move over. Make sure you can see the comments. All right, so you guys should be a little bit familiar with this the dashboard here for KDP. So I just created a testing journal. I wanted to look at the questions here. Roy, that's a good question. We do know the margin measurements. You can get the margin measurements for your interior pages, yes, but there is no way to set margins that I know of in Canva. I mean, I don't know if there's a ruler view. I don't use it as much as Hallie does. I use Photoshop more, so I'm not sure that you can actually set a margin around. I don't know. We'll dig into that a little bit more, and if we find some answers, we can share them. But yes, they do give you the margins. KDP gives you margins for your interior. We're going to focus on our cover. Okay. Okay. So at this point, you have your details done, your content, you've already gotten your ISBN. I haven't done that for this because it's just a testing journal, so I can show you. Okay, so we're gonna do a 6x9, no bleed. I can change this later if I want, but I'll do a matte. We'll do black and white interior. Let's do it with white paper, okay? We'll pretend we already have our manuscript uploaded. We just want to do the book cover. So instead of using their cover creator, which I know some of you are having issues with, we're going to download a KDP template. Okay. When you click on this, it takes you to this page. All right. And there's some really good information right here. Just throwing that out there. It's worth a read if you've never done this before. What you're going to do is put in the size of your book, how many pages you have, and then what color your paper is, because the white paper, it's either a little bit thinner or thicker than the cream paper, and might not matter when you only have a few pages. When you get to 100 pages, it can affect the width of the book, or the width of the book, how many, and so then the cover might have a little white stripe around the edge. So you want to make sure that you put the right cover color paper so that you get the right dimensions. Then you just download your cover template, okay? When you download your cover template, it's gonna put it in a, let's see here. I am not used to working my way around in Chrome, so I don't know where to get to my downloads, but you know, no, that's where it is for Firefox. Okay, let's try this a different way. I'm gonna go into, they won't be able to see this. Sorry, guys. I was thinking I could do this all in Chrome. Basically, what happens is it's going to download it, okay? And it's going to download it as a zip file, and you need to extract that zip file, and then it puts it in a folder, and it's called 6x9 _BW _100. And in that folder, once you extract it, it's you get a PNG and a PDF. So what we want is that PNG, okay? But the problem is, I wonder if I can do, let me show you guys what that looks like. Okay, so here's my download folder, right? So here is the, it's extracted already, and I've got these two files, a PNG and a PDF, okay? If you look at this PNG, it's over 32 megs, and Canva only lets you bring in a file that's 25 megs, so it's too big. So the way to get around that is to convert it to a JPEG, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so you're going to take this PNG and we're going to convert it to a JPEG, and then all of a sudden that file, it's not compressed, it's compressed differently, and so it's a way smaller file, and we can put this in Canva for our guideline, for our template. Okay, so this is the file we want, the PNG file. So I'm going to go back to Chrome. Okay, so what I did, you might have a software that will do this for you, but there's plenty online. And you can go to Google and type in convert PNG to JPG, okay? Lots of results here. I just clicked on this first one here, and this is what it looks like. Now, don't go hitting all those start buttons, okay? Those are all ads, and who knows what they will do to your computer. I'm not gonna be held responsible for this. Read these instructions, okay? This page, obviously, it's free. It makes money by having the ads on here and having these big start buttons. That's how they make money. So what they're saying, though, is you're gonna click the upload file, this little button here, okay? And you're gonna upload, you can do up to 20 PNGs at a time, which you only need to do one. You just need this template once, okay? And then you just hit convert, and it gives you the file as a JPEG. I can download, see it says JPEG. It was a PNG, now it's JPEG. I haven't downloaded it yet. Oh, I did download it because it was in my thing. Okay, here, it puts them down here. So now I have a JPEG that I can bring into Canva. This is what it looks like, okay? This gives me all of the dimensions for my book, specifically 100 pages, white paper, okay? And it's a 6x9 trim. So what they do is they give you this, there's this dotted line, and that is the ideal space where they will cut your book. But I will tell you, and they'll admit that not every book is cut in the same identically. And that's why there's this pink area, that is the margin, like the bleed margin for error, okay? So anything you have in your cover that's in that pink could be cut off. You wanna keep that in mind. But they give you these dimensions here. So the back, we can assume from this dotted line, can you guys see this? Just occurred to me that I've opened up something new and you might be still seeing my browser. Okay. I just realized I'm showing you guys the JPEG, but you can't see it. Okay, let me do a new share. This is the bummer. They only share a window instead of that portion of my screen. So let's try this again. When you open up the JPEG or the PNG, the template that they give you, this is what it looks like, okay? So, and this is specific to this particular book, 100 pages, white paper. I already said all that. So this pink area around the edge is your margin. Okay, Faye, good point. You have free Canva. It looks like you can choose to download to JPEG, but that's not the issue here. What we're gonna do, we have this file already from KDP and we wanna bring it into Canva. And Canva will only allow you to bring files in that are smaller than 25 megs. So we have to convert it to a JPEG in order to get it into Canva. When we export it, we wanna export it as a PDF or a PNG. I think that they take that. I always do a PDF. So, anyway, just I'll show. We'll talk about this more in Canva, but this is what the template looks like, and this is the image of this that we're going to bring into Canva. So let's go back to where I'm lost here. Thank you. All these windows, but I'm not okay. So we've uploaded our PNG template that we downloaded from KDP. We've converted it to a JPEG. We've downloaded that, and now we have it in our download file. And we want to go into Canva, okay? And we want to start a new custom dimensions. Thank you. That's why you're here. We want to start a new file. Basically, we're going to create a new design, and we want it under custom dimensions. Okay. Now, this is where I should have gone back to the guide. Think about this. Let me show you guys something. So here's where we downloaded our paperback template. Let me show you how we got there again. We're here. We click on download a KDP template. That takes you to this page. You enter in your info and you download your cover template. But this right here, publishing guidelines, is kind of handy. If you click on that, it takes you to this page, which allows you to have all kinds of wonderful information, more than you ever thought you needed to know. If you go to cover specifications, this is helpful. Cover formatting, let's see here. Calculating your cover size, which is what we need to do because we are making a custom cover. And basically it's right here, okay? They say we need to add 0.125 inch bleed requirement. So that's that pink on the template. So we need that around the top, both sides, and the bottom. So for the cover width, we're gonna take the bleed, which is 0.125. We're gonna add the back cover width, which for us is 6. We're gonna take the spine width, which we need to look at that guideline to see because it's 0.23. We know that because Hallie's done this before, but on that guide, that template in the middle, it gives that dimension for the spine. Your front cover width is 6. I'll show you when we get in there again. For 100 pages, and then your bleed again. So you want to add all of those together. So what do we have? We have 0.125, 0.125. Let's do it this way. Whoops. So the bleed plus the spine, which is for 100 pages white, is 0.23, plus the back side plus the front side, it's 12.48 is our width, okay? And then the cover height, we want to take the bleed, the height, trim height, which is 9, it's a 6x9 book, and then add the bleed again because we need that margin on either side. It's a buffer, okay? So we're gonna go 9 plus 0.125 plus 0.125. Sorry, I did that wrong. What is it? That's what I thought. So it's 9.25 inches high. Okay, so this is our custom. This here is your little formula that you need to know what the dimensions need to be in Canva. So our width is going to be 12.48, and our height is going, our height's going to be 9.25, and we are doing this in inches.
9.28.
No, it's 5. It's just that the ink kind of, yeah. So, change it to inches, and we're going to do create new design. I'm going to make this a little bit wider. You watch the comments because I can't see them. Okay. It's a little slow, sorry. First thing we want to do is get our guidelines in there. Okay, so we're going to go to uploads over here on the left, and we're going to upload an image. Okay. Now, this is in my downloads folder. I downloaded it from our PNG to JPG converter. See, it's right here. Okay, so that's the file I want. If I try to do the PNG, it will freak out because it's too big. So I need to do the JPEG. So I just click open after I select it, and it's going to add it here. Now, once it's here, you can go to uploads and it will always be here, just like this Twix picture that somebody took and uploaded. I don't know. So, so you don't have to do this over and over every time. It's already in here. So we're going to add that. Okay. Now you can see it is not the right size, but that's fine. We know that our background here, this white, is the correct size because we set the custom dimensions. So we just need to get this in here. I need to zoom in so I can see that. There we go. Okay, so I see how there's a little bit of an edge there. So I just want to make sure I get it all the way to the edge. So I used the arrow key to move it because I think I have it the right size. There's still white on the bottom. It's good enough. So we do have that pink buffer there. You're eyeballing it. Okay, I hit the wrong button. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. There we go. Sorry, guys. I'm not super, I don't use Chrome, and I use Canva just enough to get me in trouble. Hallie's the one who does it. Okay. Now we have this. Now let me just say this straight out. You can either cover this up. You do not want this showing at the end of your cover creating. Okay. You can delete this. You just select and hit delete, or you can cover it up and it won't be seen, but you really don't want this to be seen. It won't pass review, and you don't want that there. Okay. So let's say we're going to create what did I say? A friend's journal. Okay. So we want to find an image. Now Canva has a bunch of images. You go to elements. Is that the right thing to do, or should we go to templates and look at book covers? What would you suggest? This is probably easier.
Yeah, I would not go to templates because it would
be the wrong size. And
yeah, it'd be the wrong size. It would automatically cover up the whole.
Okay. All right, let's do it this way. So we're gonna go to elements, and they have a lot of photos and graphics we can search from. Let's say we're doing a friend's journal. So I want to type in friends. So I want some sort of image that's friends related. I think I want a photograph. That's cute. Do that one? Okay.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Before you add the image, I would go back to elements and add a graph so that the image will stay on the front cover.
Oh, okay, show me how to do that. So before we add an image, let's get rid of that. Go to elements. What do you do? Walk me through it.
Click on all.
Okay.
Right there.
Oh, the grids.
The first one. And then shrink it so that
you're so smart.
it only covers.
What does
the
this
front.
do?
It just makes it easier for the image to fit instead of having to stretch it all weird to get it to fit.
So what happens is when you draw, oh, I cannot talk today. When you drag an image into this grid, it fills it into this space automatically. So you don't have to try to stretch and everything. That's so smart. Okay, so now we're gonna do friends. You wanna do the rocks? Okay. So just to let you know, there's all of these freebies, right? And then there's these that you pay for. And if you wanted to put one of these in, you'd go to remove watermark and it would tell you it's $1, you purchase it. It's that simple. You can purchase extended rights, I think, as well. But the free ones come with the free account. These that have the crown are free if you are a pro member, but we're using the free account here. So to get this into the grid, you saw that when I clicked on this one, it just did this. That's not what we want. We want it to fit into this grid placeholder thing. So we take this and we drag it into there slowly. Okay, see how it fills it up? That's kind of fun. Now,
and then
would you adjust it?
Yeah, I would adjust it a little bit. Just click on the grid and then you click crop at the top.
Okay.
And then you can just move it around.
I'm going to shrink this down a little bit. Can I do a custom? No, I'm going to shrink down my view. Okay. Okay, there. Now I can see. You can see this image goes way over here.
So you can change the size.
So what do I want to do? What do you say?
I'll just scoot it over a little bit so it's more on the side.
So I'm going to use my arrow keys to scoot it. Now here's the thing. We want to make sure that it's the little edge here is not overlapping that pink. So I'm going to zoom in now after I figured out how to zoom out. Okay, and I can make this transparent by clicking on this transparency thing. And that lets me see where that buffer is. Okay, so we're good. We're within the lines on that side. Let's see how we are on this side. Oops, that might get cut off. Okay, so what would you do?
You could try shrinking the grid, but
the grid?
Yeah, because you can't shrink the image if you click on it and you saw it was too already shrunk as much as it could.
So can I take, is it this thing?
That. Yeah.
So I'm going to make the grid smaller.
It might not work. Oh, that did work.
And no, it's pushing it on the other side. You see it's off.
So maybe it's just the image is too.
The problem with this image.
Too close to the edge.
Yeah, I think we might not be able to. We're doing this on the fly. That was part, which I wanted to do because I wanted you to see the thought processes behind it too. But if you noticed when we did crop, it gives us the full image of the rock, but the height is already, well, there's a little bit of buffer because of the pink.
It won't let you shrink it though. You can try.
Oh.
It'll only let you grow it because it says
okay,
image
so let's do this.
Edge of it.
What if I did that? Would it let me grow it then? Or change it? Okay. Okay, so if I'm making my grid smaller. Now look, that took care of it.
Okay.
So let's zoom in and we'll look again closer. There's comments coming up. No. That took care of it. So what I did was I didn't adjust the image. I adjusted the grid that we brought the image into. That's what these little handles do. If you want to adjust the image, you select it and you go to crop, and that allows you to adjust the image. We needed to make sure that the image was within that pink line so that it didn't accidentally get cut off. Okay, so that looks good. Well, that's kind of a fun. Okay, but look what happened. We don't want it to look like that, right? So because you can see through here, we got to make sure that we change the transparency back to here. Okay. Now what do we do?
There's just one problem.
What's the problem?
The image, I think, is so close to it.
It needs to go to the line.
It needs to go to the edge. Yeah.
Okay.
look at a different image.
We could do a different image, but I'm determined to see if we can do this. So we need to go, sorry, I brought it in too far.
Well, doesn't it have to go to the edge? It'll just crop it out. Like when you upload this, otherwise it'll be too small.
I don't know what you're saying.
Well, because.
So I need to get to that dotted line, but I also need to know that, need to be aware that anything on that pink is going to be cut. So I think we're still good. We could probably move it over. So I'm going to select this and move it. Well, what? That's weird. That works, doesn't it?
Maybe.
Okay.
We'll find out when we upload it.
Okay. All right, so there is our cover. Now here's the thing. We need to have our title on the cover or the spine, okay? So what you can do at this point, and what I would actually recommend is let's make this really, let's do fit. So it's kind of small. This area, you don't have to leave this yellow or anything like that. You just have to leave this space. You have to know, they're gonna put a white, they're gonna put the, here. They're gonna put this on that spot. So if you have an image there, that will be over that. So it's not like you can't have an image there. It's just know that that's not, that the barcode is going to, thank you, that the barcode's going to be there. Okay, so with that in mind, what I would do then is go back to elements here, get rid of the friends thing. And the first thing I would do is get a square. That's not what I meant to do. I'm not sure what I just did. Not recently used. I want to go to elements. I clicked on the wrong thing. I wanted to do shapes. Do all and get a square. Okay. And I want to, basically I can use this whole thing and fill it all. Come on, keep going. There we go. Okay, isn't that pretty? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna move this to back so that our cover's in front like that. And then I can make it transparent so I can see the guides. Okay, but what this allows, this basically means that that image, that square I just put, it's gonna make the spine and the back all a solid color. And I could make that black. Here's how you change the color. Let me make it, you know what will help visually is if I kind of make it the same size. It doesn't matter if it's larger because it's just gonna get cut. But I'm gonna make it the same size, just visually it will help. So I'm gonna choose, I can choose any color. I could go with teal, okay? I could go with black. Now it is a little bit transparent, so let me change that so we can actually see. What do you think? Should I just stick with black?
The teal was black.
Or should I do gray? A darker gray?
Dark.
Okay, so we've gone all the way to the line. There might be a little bit of a dark gray that ends up being on the cover, do you think?
Maybe, but it'll look fine.
It probably will be fine. And the spine, we don't know where the spine is because we've covered it up, and the back. But a couple things we can do. We can take another square, okay, and we can put it back here. If we want a different, and try to match it to that gray. I think it did. Move this behind, okay.
Yeah, it's, yeah.
That was a bad idea. Okay, never mind. We're not going to do that with Canva. This is where I use Photoshop and you can select colors. I was going to match it to this, but if you know the color, then great. But let's just do it that way. Then it matches the side and the back. It's not a big deal. but we need to know where our spine is, right? So we're gonna go to transparency so we can see again what it looks like. And then we're gonna zoom in and we can put the spine, we can put the title either on the cover or on the spine. Where would you like to put it?
On the cover because the spine is really tiny.
Okay, so we're gonna put it on the cover. So actually maybe I'm too big. Okay, so you go to text and there's lots of really cool formats for the text here. How are we doing, guys? You guys following along? There are a lot of already like different formats for text, but you don't have to use these, okay? They're just suggestions for different things. And there's some pretty cool ones, but these, that one might not be bad. And then you just change the text, or you can just create your own. But I like this because it gives me ideas of fonts that go together that are visually appealing that I might not have thought of on my own. And if you don't have an eye for design, then this might be helpful for you as well to see, okay, this font actually doesn't look so bad with that. So I can use those two. So what you would do, let's choose one of these so we can show them how to do it. What would be a good one that you want to do? This one?
That one might not be bad.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna click it. Okay, and I'm gonna put it, you want above or below?
Above.
Okay, so I put it here. Now I'm gonna tell you, this is a group. There's two things, two text boxes here. This, you can barely see this little dotted line between the two. This is one text box, this is another one. So if I wanna really, if I'm frustrated with not being able to edit it too much, I can ungroup it and have a little bit more editing power. But let's see what we can do here. What should we call it? It's called Friends Journal. Big.
I shrink it just a little bit.
Okay, so we're gonna select it.
96.
Really?
80. Yeah.
What about this font here? Do we want that though?
You could try ungrouping it and moving it down underneath.
Okay, so this is grouped. I can't separate I can't grab just this bottom text and move it. Okay, so I'm going to not do that. I'm gonna have what I had. I want the selection of the whole text box. Come on, let's go off, back on, there. Ungroup, okay.
Then you have to click off it again.
Off of it, and then grab that. Now I can grab that one thing of text and move it down. And I would move this down a tiny bit. Okay. Do we want it to be black?
No.
What do you want to do?
Should we look down a little more?
Oh, it's because it has the cursor in it. Down.
That works.
Okay, and what color do we want this? We don't need the exclamation point too. That's kind of funny. What color do we want? So if we want to change the font color, we'll go here. And we can choose colors that they have. We can
lighter orange.
Do a new one, which this one? Yeah. Let's see what that looks like. I think it's hard to read.
Yeah. That's better.
Okay. If you want to change this font, you select it. It's the Chewy font that this is, and you just go here and it will give you, there's a lot of great fonts here and it gives you a little preview of what they are. Okay. So then down here, we'll put our author name. I guess I'll just do this for now. Okay, guys, that's it. Okay, Hallie has something else to say. This is not centered. Oh yeah, look at that. So one way to get the centering right is to just make your text width the size of the part that you're trying to center it on. Yeah, and then it will automatically center because I selected the justification to be centered. Actually, it came that way, but it's right here. It's centered. Okay. There's our Friends journal. Now let's say, you know what, I don't like it. I want to do another.
To not be transparent in the back.
You're right. We're not quite done. Okay. Let's do this. So we can. Okay. But let's say I don't like this picture. I want something different now that I've been staring at it for a while. So let's see what else is here. Photos. Kind of like, what if we did something like this and it covered the front and the back? Is that too much beyond? No, let's do this. That's a little beyond the scope, I think, of where we want to go. Yeah. Let's do this one and put it in here. Actually, I have another idea.
Oh, it actually matched.
Dang. Did you see that? Okay, so you've got to get it. It'll just put it on top, unless you really get it in that grid. Which sometimes you got to move it around before you drop it. I'm dragging it over. Boy, my computer's working hard. There it is. And then it's just having a hard time. My computer is slow. Let's try one more time. I can hear the fan on. There we go. Okay, so then we could play with the fonts some more, maybe make this a lighter color. That's actually kind of cool in orange. Okay, or what if I want this one and it's paid? Whoops. I can drag that one over and see what it looks like before I buy it. Okay. So we'll just stick to the original. So I can do this. Watch. Undo, undo, undo all my errors. And there we have that. Okay, a couple things you can do now. So Faye, the only thing, actually what I made, yeah, you don't want to leave the back cover transparent. You want to have it be the color. So it would look like this. I can actually download it like this and it would be fine because you don't see any of the guidelines. Or if I just feel funny about that, I can move that square and I can take this and delete the guidelines behind and move the square back to fit in that the space. Okay. Then I would just download. Now I want to save it as a PDF print quality. Okay, not PDF standard, PDF print quality. You do not want crop marks and the bleed. Just download it. And then you would go over to your KDP account, upload a cover you already have, upload your cover. I saved it, it went into downloads, Friends Journal. I'm going to, just in case there's problems with naming when there's spaces, some things have problems with that. And I'm also going to take out the exclamation point in case that causes a problem with the file name. So I'm going to select it, hit open. And this might take a little while, but it's gonna upload it, and maybe KDP will tell me I need to go get sandwiches. I don't know. Nope, look at that, that was quick. Okay, so we don't need to worry about the barcode. Where Amazon will put that on with the ISBN on that back spot, and that's it. If you wanted to put text on the back, we should have covered. Let me go back. I'll just show you. It was this one. Okay, if you want to put text on the back, we already got rid of the guidelines, but let me, can I go back and,
oh,
yeah. Before you get rid of the guidelines, okay, you want to do that last if you're going to get rid of them. I don't think we need to because we have it all covered up, but if there was something that wasn't covered up, we'd want to get rid of it. So, but if you want something back here, let's say, I don't know what, but we'll figure something out. So we would make this transparent so we could see the guidelines through it, okay? because we don't want any text to go to that red part or anything we're going to put on the back. We can put text if you want. You can do text and do like body text, or I don't know, maybe there's something that's kind of a fun friend's graphic that's not. Oh, just another rock?
Yeah, I mean,
you're so smart. Okay, so we'll look for a rock that's graphic, not photograph. Like that? Like what?
It's like
this one?
I got his face.
Oh, one with a face?
Well, like one like that on the drawing.
Okay.
You search pebble.
Okay. That's hilarious. What's funny to me is all of the times we've looked for stacking rocks. I don't see anything with eyeballs on it.
Yeah. Or just like a rock, but one that is cool looking.
Okay. Like what?
I don't know.
All right.
These are all B4.
It's okay. I just want to get the look. Let's go back to rock. Rock on. I don't know. There's so many images. It's crazy, but I was kind of thinking, since you got stuck on the rock thing. There we go. Which one? This one? Okay. So we just click on it. Now this is paid, so I'm not gonna, actually it comes free with the pro version, so we could, but just for fun, we could just put something like this down here in the corner. Now that the barcode would go over it, you can see that. Okay, so I probably want to shrink it down a little bit more. Maybe I want it really little and just like this really funny, like this little.
Or really big and faded so it's in the background. The text.
Okay, I'm just gonna do it that way. All right, so the last thing I want to do is make sure that this is not transparent anymore. I can remove the guidelines if I want, but I could download this. Anyway, that's just how you do the back side. No, Faye, that's a good question. And being able to put your business name, web address on the back, absolutely. And in fact, I would put it on a page inside, on the back page. And there's a whole strategy there that we talked briefly about in another, in the Creative Publishing Insiders group, which you guys will have access to at the end of this class, if you're not already in there. So it's a great way. You can put whatever you want on your book as far as that goes. But I would actually put it on the cover, like inside, either on the front, like on your title page, or have a page in the very back that's kind of like an author page, or just other resources or more journals. Go here for more, you know, that's within Amazon's rules for sure. It's not like a regular product listing. Okay, I'm gonna stop my share. So all of a sudden we're like really close to the camera. I think that hopefully that helped a little bit. Sometimes I think it's helpful to look over the shoulder and just watch it be done. It's not a complicated process. The more you do it, the faster you'll be. I play around in it. Hallie does it all the time in there. So if you guys have any other questions about how to use Canva, post them in there. Hallie will be in there. We did put already listed what the homework was for what today is. I posted a video for doing the rights and actually getting your books published, pricing them. Shouldn't take very long to get through that. So that information, you can change your price after you publish. So you want to get your books published. That's kind of where we're at, and see if they get past, you want them past review. Okay. Thanks. All right. I think, cool. Glad to hear, Carolyn. I think that's it, guys. Have a great day. And again, just post your questions. We'll be in there. All right. Talk to you later.